afternoon. Thank you for the opportunity to speak here. My name is Gerald Lange. I'm working for Kaleris Group, a company in the supply chain for container vessels, for containers especially. And I'm in the marine business. We are located in Flensburg, northerly of Hamburg, close to the Danish border, if you maybe know. And we are working on safety tools like a loading computer, lashing computer on board the vessel. But also in our group is a terminal operation system. So when you are looking here to Burchard, for instance, you may imagine there is a big software system behind it to manage that all computers from the train or truck or whatever is coming to the vessel on board to place it, to crane and gate, all this stuff. And we are doing such software, and we are also doing safety software. So why can I tell something to this topic, operational message, to reduce the risk of container incidents in heavy weather? I'm working my whole career on safety system, lashing computer, loading computer, what are actually safety systems on board the vessel. And I'm also have been working on quite a lot of research projects, EU-wide and also German-funded, especially about this topic, container losses in heavy weather. And recently I was a member of the top-tier project, what's hosted by Marine Netherlands, this institute, where all the complete industry, container industry, was represented to find ways to reduce this container incidents. And in my previous life, in my first professional life, I was also a seafarer, so I have also a mariner, a captain's license, and I spent some time on board, so I know what I'm talking about when I say that, what it means to be in heavy weather on open sea. I would like to highlight a few things. What are causes of container losses today? What is the status of the current research, especially in top tier? But I would like to. It's a big topic. I just want to highlight a few things here. First of all, one question. Any idea how many containers are lost or damaged in open sea due to heavy weather per year? Can you give me any number? I can give you a number beforehand. There are transported per year 250 million containers. What do you think, how many of those 250 millions are lost per year at sea? Some millions. Any other number? No? Okay. 1,300 per average. So when you look at this, it's a tiny number. But of course, each container is one container too much, because there is, of course, environmental impact. There is, of course, reputational. You might remember this MSC Zoe incident back in 2020, where when these containers are laying on the beach, and then you are reading, you are working at MSC and reading MSC, and then all this rubbish on the UK beach, you don't want to have this reputation damage, And that's of course a point, and the industry claims to reduce this number, or has a target to reduce this number to 0. So that's an ambitious target, but we want to do that, and now we have made some research what to do to reduce these numbers, and it has been found that about 65% of incidents and number of incidents, but also number of containers, are due to parametric roll, what is a nonlinear phenomenon when there is resonance between the stability of the vessel and the exciting waves. So that was a quite interesting finding. What was before a gut feeling, but now it's a fact. And there were also a crew questionnaire in this top tier project, where loading plans in port and where there were some interesting findings from feedback from 1,500 seafarers that the loading plan is coming from a stowage planning and the terminal center, and that is basis of judging the condition before leaving the port for seaworthiness. And a lot of seafarers say that they are uncertain, they are under time pressure in the port to judge this, and the loading plan arrives very late, and that is risky. And there is when on open sea, they told us that there is no visibility. What is the impact on a certain weather condition? Of course, I have a weather forecast, but what is the impact actually on my current condition, on my cargo securing system? So that was the problem, that there is no oversea. And then there were also some measurements. So they have measured how many. They compared a final stow plan with the actual containers here in Hamburg and also in Rotterdam, and they found that 20% of the containers have been misstowed. So the containers were actually not on this position supposed in the stow plan. That is also a risk, because the lashing computer is relying on the accuracy of the stowage plan. So let's talk about the ship. I told you parametric roll is one important thing. You have to understand that parametric rolling is the vessel is not designed to be in parametric rolling. That is a phenomena you have to avoid by any means when you are on open sea, because the lashing computer is judging a loading condition to be in design. So there are worst case scenarios which are developed by the classification society, and then the lashing computer is just calculating that the vessel is operation in design parameters in terms of motion parameters. And this is something what is off design. So when you are leave the port, you need to avoid this parametric roll. And when you are looking at the cargo, you have these different stakeholders and different companies actually. So we have the stowage planning center, what belongs to a carrier who has cargo. You have the terminal. They are thinking more in moves per hour, efficiency. When the vessel is leaving the port, then it's not their concern anymore. And then you have the vessel where you have a ship owner, and the ship owner is, of course, has the biggest interest in the safety of their ship, and that it's their asset, of course, and they would like to see that everything is healthy, and nobody wants to see container lost, but they have the most interest in the safety. And the problem is now that the captain is responsible for everything, but the stowage plan is created by other stakeholders belonging to other companies, and he has no measure to control where the containers are placed. Is everything accurate? And he is responsible legally. So if there's wrong, because he has to judge that the vessel is seaworthiness when it's leaving the port. And one solution could be, of course, data sharing. So we own some, or we are the maker of some software systems here, and I'm thankful that Top Tier has brought these parties together, and in the industry, I think there is a rethinking in the industry that the parties has to work together and to find solutions for this safety issue. Top Tier has developed some, to avoid parametric roll, has developed some system or some output to help that is available for free. So it's for notice to mariner to avoid following seas. So that's procedures to follow maybe. And then there's also a roll risk estimator that's on the other side there. where you have a radar plot where you can see in terms of course and speed. That's the only thing on open sea you have under control as of the master. You can't change container positions or lashing or something. You only can do something with course and speed in relation to the waves incoming, because that has impact on the roll motion of the vessel. So that's something you can do. And then on the other hand, there are also systems on the market today where you can really that helps the master on the vessel to avoid parametric roll or resonant or some such phenomena. For instance, this lashing computer made by my company is combining our lashing system with a sensor, three-dimensional sensor, and then we can calculate the current loads in the system based on the measurement and can give warnings, and then combined with an operational guidance where you can also see what to do in such a situation where we have here some red figures, wrecking is exceeded in this situation. Then you go to an operational guidance, what is also part of the system, and then you can see what are your options in terms of speed and course, what you can do to get these numbers down.